Let's talk about Nicki Minaj, right? Because Nicki Minaj just recently dropped her Pink Friday 2 album, right? This is her most up to date album. Nicki has been in the game for 13 years. Her career as a rapper took off in the 2000s after one of the mixtapes she released on the social media platform MySpace caught the attention of Dirty Money Entertainment. Dirty Money released Nicki Minaj's 2007 debut mixtape Playtime Is Over, and shortly after that she dropped, her album at the time, right? Let's really talk about Nicki and how Nicki's been in the game for about 13 years. And Pink Friday 2 was her fifth album out. But when I count Nicki Minaj's career, I always count it from her first album, because the mixtape, the artists create mixtape, but I feel like it officially starts when you create your album, right? So her first album was Pink Friday, and then Nicki Minaj released this November 19, 2010. Her single was Your Love, was the first official single of that. So Nicki Minaj right now is up to her fifth album. So when I think about like Nicki comparing herself to Megan, it's kind of crazy to me because Nicki has been in the game for a very long time. So this is Megan's third studio album. Nicki's third studio album was The Pink Print. The Pink Print debuted to number 2 on Billboard on the Billboard 200. In like its opening week. The studio album was released 5 years into Nicki's like mainstream career. Now, Megan's now album, Megan, has achieved an impressive debut, landing at number 3 on Billboard. So she's right now at the number 3 spot. And Megan has been in the rap game for about 4 years. Now, Nicki, when she dropped her album, her third album, she was in 5 years. Megan's only in 4 years. She's dropped her album. This is her third project, right? I think about those two. Like Nicki was the Pink Print. And Megan was Megan, the album. And right now, Megan, people say, hey, we shouldn't talk about the fact that she's independent, that because she still has different things falling into way. She still has the Rock Nation situation, still has distribution, still has these different things she's doing by herself. However, she has a heavy hitter like Jay-Z and his influences with Beyonce and all of that, like his entire team helping her maneuver this whole situation, so she shouldn't count. But I just think it's kind of crazy because Nicki is up to her fifth studio album, and this is number 5, and she's been in the game for about 13 years. She's 41 years old. She's a veteran, and she's comparing herself to Megan Thee Stallion's third studio album. And she's comparing herself to the fact that Megan had number 3. Yeah, given that Nicki did land at number 2 with her third studio album. However, I don't think that like it is a room for comparisons because Nicki always says that she's the top. She is the queen. She is, However, I think that this kind of shows that a lot of what the girls say or a lot of what people say get to her, and it bothers her. Because for me, if I know that I'm this and I'm that, I would not be comparing myself to the other girls. I think that Megan is doing good for where she's at, in my opinion. She's doing good for where she's at. She's at her pace. She's moving at her pace, And I think that her being from Houston, how many other rappers, let alone female rappers coming from Houston, is getting these numbers or doing the things that Megan's been doing, and she's doing it effortlessly. And the fact is, we cannot compare Nicki Minaj to Megan Thee Stallion because there is no comparisons. The age difference, the levels. Nicki's comparing her fifth studio album to Megan Thee Stallion's third studio album, which doesn't even make sense. You guys are not the same in age. You guys are not the same in where you guys are landing, point blank, period. Even though your third studio album was indeed more successful, but you had a lot of things fall into play. You were at the top, on the toppest, biggest label, Young Money, Cash Money, the whole team, at the time. And you were their only female act, and you had been coming after Little Kim. There's a lot of things that contributed, in my opinion, to Nicki Minaj's success, And I think that it's never a good thing that you kind of down talk the next girl coming up, you know? And the thing is, if this was just a Megan Thee Stallion thing, then it'd be like, oh, it's just a Megan Thee Stallion thing, and it's just Nicki, you know, being mad at Megan. However, you've done it with a lot of successful female rappers. So for me, it's like, are you intimidated by the success piece? You know, you don't want other female rappers to garner success. And do you feel as though you're owed homage or owed recognition in order for them to obtain success? Because they don't have to step to you and gain recognition from you or get a pass from you to be successful or be able to flourish in the game. You feel as though they should say that, hey, they should owe it all to me, I'm the best, before they're able to be successful. I don't know what it is, because you've been in the game for 13 years. There is no reason why you should be comparing yourself to like Megan Thee Stallion. You guys are even different rappers, you know. Yes, you guys are amazing rappers. Yes, you guys are beautiful black women, but apart from that, I don't see much of a comparison. She's Houston. Her influences are not even your influences, point blank period. And you deny one of the influences that Megan claims to have, which is Lil' Kim. You don't say that, hey, Lil' Kim is my influence. You say, no, she's not my influence. You know, you completely deny her and pass her and go to Foxy Brown. So if you're not claiming that, even that piece, what are we, you say that she raps like Pimp C, you say that, you know, so where's the comparisons, in my opinion? Where's the comparisons? Because Megan's saying she's the best rapper, period. She's that girl. She's taking spots, point blank, period. Should not be a threat to you, because if you feel like you're sustained in the game and you're a veteran, what is the comparisons? What is the hatred? What is the hard feelings? Why are you getting in your feelings? And this is where we bring up Cardi B in the conversation, right? Because Cardi B has only dropped one album, Invasion of Privacy. Cardi B album, Invasion of Privacy, debuted at #1 on Billboard. And she dropped this April 6th. So Cardi has been in the game for 6 years, right? And at this moment, Nicki Minaj has not been able to outsell Cardi B with only one album. Now, at this moment, Cardi B, let's say Cardi drops another album and it doesn't surpass Nicki Minaj. In my opinion, she does not need to. She did it already. She does not need to. She did it. If Nicki Minaj drops an album and her album outsells Cardi B's first album, then we can talk. But in my opinion, Cardi only has to beat herself or get close to herself. And even if she doesn't outsell herself, Pink Friday 2, which is Nicki Minaj's 5th studio album, has not been able to outsell Cardi B's first studio album. That's a conversation. If she did it, she does, in my opinion, if she does it again, great. If she outdoes it again, great. But she, in my opinion, she does not need to. She's done it already. She does not need to. So while Nicki Minaj is so focused on beating Megan Thee Stallion and making jokes online about Megan Thee Stallion, she still has not been able to outpass or outsell Cardi B. And she keeps making these new girls her responsibility. The reason why Cardi B is the standard or is so much of a cocky, and she has the right to be cocky, is because she's done something her first go round that a lot of people haven't been able to do their entire career, in my opinion. You know, in my opinion. And every time these girls gain accomplishment, Nicki downs it as if they're her competition. And then she'll say that these girls are not my competition. I'm outselling tours. I'm doing this. Then why are you making them your competition? I wouldn't even address them, in my opinion. They don't deserve to be addressed. They don't. They do not deserve to be addressed. Are you threatened by success? Are you threatened? Because these girls are moving at their pace. These girls are gaining the things that they're supposed to gain at the pace that they're going. They're successful in their own right. They're, you know what I'm saying? They're not like successful or considered a flop compared to Nicki Minaj, and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be I'm a flop compared to Nicki Minaj when Nicki has been in the game for 13 years. And Nicki has, not only has she been in the game for 13 years, Nicki has 5 studio albums. You're up to #3, baby girl. You know what I'm saying? You're moving at your pace. Keep doing you. There is no competition. Nicki was beefing with Lotto. Nicki was beefing with Megan. Nicki's beefing with Cardi. Nicki's beefing with Coi Leray. Nicki's beefing. It's like the beef. Even whether the girls are on your level or not on you're beefing with everybody. My thing is, you're a queen. You claim to be the queen. You hold the standard. I am the queen. Foxy Brown called you the queen and she's the king. You're the queen. What are we comparing? Why you keep comparing yourself? Why your fans keep... There is no comparisons. What is we talking about? Don't address these girls, in my opinion. In my opinion. You still have yet to compete and beat. You have still been yet to compete or beat Cardi B's first album. Cardi doesn't even, like, everybody's like, well, let's see if Cardi could do it again. She's better come, she better outsell Nicki. She don't need to. She's done it already. She just has to have a great body of work. Point blank, period. People are gonna find a way to talk about it regardless. But as far as, oh, you have to be better than Nicki, you just gotta do you, baby. Just do you. Because you've already beat her. Come on now. I don't like that Nicki compares herself to Megan, because Megan, this is a wonderful accomplishment in my opinion. And it's the best thing ever. Don't compare yourself to Nicki Minaj just because you're not that age yet. You're not at that level yet, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? It takes time. Not saying you can never be, but just she's older than you. She's just been here before. You know what I'm saying? And then get upset when people do the whole grandma thing at you. These girls, the child that you would have had with Aaron, these girls is that child age right now. These girls. I don't think we need to be talking about Nicki comparing to Megan, or they're saying Nicki, because of Nicki's success, Megan's a flop, because it's not. Let's talk about it. She's on her own. She's in her own lane, because if Nicki Minaj is looking for competition, focus on that not that Pink Friday. Focus on that Cardi B's first album, Invasion of Privacy, and how you still have not been able to oversell the units. Able to. Talk about that. But we can't. We're not going to. We're going to focus on Megan flopping and what that means for you, when it has nothing to do with you. And in my opinion, it was not a flop. In my opinion, it was a success. It was amazing. It was wonderful. All of that. She's where she needs to be. She's moving at her pace. In my opinion. She's opening doors for anime girls to rap. She's doing her big one. And for the Barbs, if Nicki's been in the game for 13 years with 5 studio albums, you know how insane it looks for you guys to even speak about Megan Thee Stallion, who's only had 3 albums? And half that girl's age. What are we talking about? I don't think there's room for conversation, in my opinion, when it comes down to that. Megan's moving at her pace. Megan's moving at her rate. Nicki Minaj's success is not a down to Megan's success. Megan's doing what she's supposed to do. She's setting her tone, running her race. Point blank, period. Nicki's in her own lane, as she should be. Nicki's moving at her pace. Maybe the girls that were coming out during Nicki's time, who were not successful or able to thrive, we can have conversations about how Nicki's the top girl and did all of that. But this is a whole different era, and Nicki is on veteran status. Whether her music does well or not, or it gets numbers, or it shouldn't matter. The fact that she's still even present and still here is a win, in my opinion. Because a lot of the rap girls were not able to be at this age and still be able to thrive and be successful and sell more than a lot of these new girls, in my opinion. So we should just celebrate Nicki doing her thing and not compare her to nobody, because she's in her own lane, her own person. None of these girls are ever going to be a Nicki Minaj or like Nicki Minaj. These girls, even the girls that are influenced by Nicki Minaj, they say, hey, Nicki's my influence. They can never be Nicki Minaj. They'll be their version of Nicki, just like how Nicki can never be Kim. She could be a version of Kim, but she has her own spin on it. She's her own recipe, in my opinion. So Megan did what she was supposed to do. Megan's a success in her own right. She's not a success compared to Nicki Minaj, or because Nicki was a success, she's a flop now, in my opinion. It sounds crazy when girls bring it up, and Megan raps the way she raps. Everybody says she talks about her ass, she da-da-da-da-da. And when you miss the growth in this project, it's just crazy to me. She did the anime thing. She's showing girls, like, there's so much growth in this album that if you're so small-minded, you'll miss it. You have to be able to think above your current status. You have to be able to see. But if you can't see, you're not gonna get it. And it ain't for everybody. In my opinion. But that's just my opinion. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think Megan's a flop? I don't think Megan's a flop. I love the album. I love what she's doing for anime. I love what she's doing for rap music, period. The Houston girls feel it. All these different girls that are into different things. The nerd girls are here for it. I don't know. But y'all let me know what y'all think. And I don't think that Nicki Minaj's success is a downplay or a shot or a feeling for Megan's album. I don't think it has nothing to... Nicki's success is Nicki's success. Megan's success is Megan's success. Cardi's success is Cardi's success. It don't have nothing to do with the other. I hate when y'all compare, especially since Nicki Minaj has been yet to outsell Cardi B's first album, and they not even on the same level, period. They're not. They're not on the same level at all. At all. Nicki's been here far longer. The fact that Cardi's even selling that much or able to be at close to or outsell Nicki Minaj now, and even for me, it's a blessing. It's a blessing because Nicki's been in the game far longer, has, been here, the respect, she's been doing, way more. And the fact that Cardi's able to do what she did the first time around is amazing. And I don't think she needs to do it again. If she does, great. But if she doesn't, that's fine. The girls are all in their own lane, in my opinion. But y'all let me know what y'all think. I love y'all. Bye.